Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my live stream with Mr. M here. How you doing, man?
It's good to be here.
Good to have you again in my studio. Oh man, I'm planning on actually moving this studio now. We'll see. It's going to be done in the next couple of weeks or so. And it's going to be a new location for us, maybe. Let's see, because we still have to get the place. But that's the plan right now. So it's going to be very exciting. And wow, it's been a interesting weekend. I mean, like Bitcoin pumped into the weekend and it came backed off. But yeah, we are going to see Bitcoin take off from here. Oops, not this screen, but let's go over here.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, there we go. So we're going to see Bitcoin take off. Right, once we break above the 65K, right, and look at this tightening of the bands here on the four hours. So if we pump here, that's it. Once above the 65K-ish area, boom. Hello.
It's go time.
It's go time, right? I mean, there is still a chance that we can retest the lower levels here, like the 58K, but only a retest at that point, and then a real go time. Okay, absolutely. That's it. Is around the $71,000 mark. That's it. There's no retesting back at 50K, 60K. That's it. It's time to go. So make sure you get ready for this by dollar cost averaging, because that's the safest thing to do. And the best place to do it is at bybit.davincij15.com. Links in the description below. Of course, not all countries are supported by Bybit. However, Palau is, and if you have the ID from there, the digital ID, you can actually have an account at Bybit using rns.davincij15.com. Mr. M's podcast. Make sure you head over there and hit a subscribe. Right, there's lots of different videos going on. Hey, are we going to do a video tomorrow?
Yeah,
live stream?
We're doing a live stream.
We're going to do a live stream tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that live stream that we're going to do tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly. I have a beautiful podcast I'm going to upload tonight, so looking forward to it. He is an author and a brother in podcast, so it's going to be a good one. Yep.
All right, so I love you guys. You guys were smart. You went out and bought some early, right?
Yeah.
It's coming back down, so you're giving people a little bit of chance to buy. You don't want to buy the highs, but here you go. You're getting another second chance before we push this thing heavy. So if you're not in it when we're pushing, okay, well, you had the opportunity. You were here watching this, learning to get a chance to buy some early. And you didn't buy some, well, that's your fault. Right?
You can buy some early late.
You can do it late. Yeah. But I wouldn't wait too late.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, PEIPEI. It's coming back probably to retest the jump off point, which is approximately I'm going to drop all the zeros and say 1287-ish area here. And once we do that, that's it. I think this is taking off. ORC got a little bit of a drop off here, but that's okay. We're gonna reverse this because we have a lot of buyers, big buyers, coming in right now that we're looking for lower ORC. So yeah, that's coming, and they're getting some opportunities now. Waffles, don't forget Waffles, of course. We lost Waffles chart here, but we'll get it back right now. Come on, Waffles, what's going on? Okay, well, I'm gonna move on to the news because there's a little bit of a delay here in the charts, so let's just move on. Okay, recovery since the cycle bottom. Yes, you know what? Bitcoin has bottomed, right? And this is the time for us to see new highs, non-stop pump source, right? Uptober, right? Moonvember time to party, right? And this is it. This is it. If you don't have any Bitcoin, what's wrong with you, right? Right?
Yeah, it looks like the most interesting part has come through. Like August was pretty challenging, right?
Yeah, it was pretty
Well,
challenging,
summer,
and
to
it
be
looked like it was scary because there was some sort of big event coming. Looks like the Fed probably moved some dominoes ahead of that because they were too afraid of letting the market collapse. And because that's the thing, right? If they let the markets collapse, it could start a chain reaction, right? That they can't stop at this point because of all the money printing that caused it to overinflate. So what happens is, because all this debt is in the system, and now they don't have reserve requirements for debt, more and more people are taking on debt with their stocks. And if the stocks drop down, they'll have to sell the stocks, liquidate the stocks, and it becomes a self-fulfilling dynamic. Like that, you can see the prices continue to drop down as people get liquidated and their loans have to be closed off, and it will be a disaster. So they can't really, and then there's also derivatives. They don't know what derivatives are out there, which would indicate that, hey, if this happens, if the stock price goes below these valuations, that means this company over here has to go bankrupt. Sorry, right? They don't know all those things that's going on in the behind the scenes. So that's why they probably were like, yeah, we're not gonna let the stock market crash.
Yeah. You're gonna let it go a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna print some more money. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh man! So I really think that's what's going on behind the scenes right now.
Do you
Because
think
they
we can
usually
see?
would've-
Sorry. Do you think we can see? Sorry to jump in. Do you think we can see a green September?
I think we might.
Because we are overing like 7%.
Yeah, we might have that. There might be a final dump, right? Depending on when there's every month they close the what's it called, forwards, the Bitcoin forwards or futures contracts have to be closed off every month. So depending on how many open interests are available and stuff like that, that usually has a little bit of a volatility situation happening whenever that day comes when everybody has to sell their futures contracts, or else they'll have to settle them. Right? Of course, settlement it used to be, right, obviously, in every other commodity except Bitcoin now, right? This is the first commodity in the history of mankind where if you have a futures contract promising you Bitcoin, you can't get Bitcoin. You can get cash.
Yeah.
So,
Fiat, yay.
yeah, exactly. So I kind of, nobody's going to fear settlement. Oh my God, I don't want to hold those Bitcoins. That's not happening. That's what caused oil to go to negative, right? Because nobody wanted to hold the oil contracts, which promised them oil once the contract expired, and there was no place to put it. So,
yeah, and people sometimes talk about volatility in crypto or in Bitcoin specifically, but the thing is, you cannot panic sell your house, right? So Bitcoin is so liquid that you can sell it immediately for fiat or for stable coin, whether there's no other asset you can sell so fast. So of course, people, when there's something to be panicking about, they'll get rid of it, right?
Yeah, stocks as
Paper
well,
hands.
of course. Stocks, of course, you can actually liquidate really fast and so forth. Yeah, so also, commodities, contracts and so forth.
Yeah.
But, and then, of course, gold is somewhat liquid and so forth, right?
Somewhat,
so,
yeah.
So, yeah, alrighty. Bitcoin bull run begins. When the global liquidity increases, BTC bull run begins. It's an increase. It's increasing now. Yes, liquidity is increasing. But keep in mind, this liquidity, global liquidity, is increasing usually into a recession or something like that, right? Or some sort of like problem, or they're trying to resolve a problem to increase the liquidity, right? So there it is. So yeah, maybe you can see that this was in the 2000. There you go. The 2000. What's it called? 2020. Sorry, 2020.
Yeah.
Pandemic. So
Yeah. Pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We don't know who planned it, but there was definitely a pandemic. Yeah. So, you can see this was the dip of the pandemic right here. You can see they increased the liquidity after the fact, right? So, there it is.
How likely do you think, some people are asking in the chat, that we can get to a super cycle with Bitcoin? Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, I think we can get into a Bitcoin hyper Bitcoinization at any point in time, because it just takes enough people, to a certain percentage of people, to realize that, wait a second here, we're getting screwed over by the US dollar. Let's get out of it. And then the stampede begins, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, the problem is they have put in barnyard doors everywhere, so that you can't stampede out, right, of the dollar. So it's really difficult to do that at this point in time. So but what if a major nation does it, right? Then it'd be interesting if that happens. Take a look see how this ripple effect here caused. There was some sort of this ripple effect coincide with the pandemic. Yeah. Well, this probably coincide with some sort of event that we were not privy to, right? That we did not study, we did not listen to put our ears to the ground and listen to the earthquake somewhere in our financial system, and now they're adding the liquidity, right? So this is what happened here, and now they're adding liquidity. So whatever happened, right, probably already happened, and now they're just adding liquidity in order to fix it. So that's what I see. Oh wow, we're so early to Bitcoin, because look at this. This was in 1963. You'll be able to carry a phone in your pocket in the future.
Wow.
Who knew that they would be able to invent that? They'd predict the iPhone, right? And by the way, this is the new iPhone. Oh, nice. It's not really, but it looks like it, right? Same thing.
Yeah, not much difference in that, is it?
Mm-hmm, I know. But trust me, bro, it's new. Did you listen to the keynote speech, man?
Yeah.
Everything was new. Dude, it's new. And it's new. And new. They were reinforcing the new.
Yeah, I guess visually they haven't changed much since a while, so they're probably trying to sell in other areas, a little bit lighter or whatever software.
I watched that show and I was convinced it was new.
It was German when we were in Germany. I remember watching it together at moments. Yeah.
Oh man.
Interesting.
All right, crypto boom in Africa. BitGet surges 1,600%. Wow, exactly. Pretty impressive. This spectacular increase is driven by the sector several factors, including the rapid adoption of mobile technologies, alternative financial systems on the continent. But how can such success be explained? Well, it's really simple, right? Most countries in Africa are going into hyperinflation. Bitcoin, for example, in Turkey is big, in Venezuela, Argentina, wherever you realize that your government's screwing you, actually see it firsthand. It's no longer oh yeah, conspiracy theory. Oh yeah, well, it's never going to happen here kind of nonsense. Once you realize that and you see it and you're getting burned firsthand, well then you move to crypto.
Yep.
Right?
And I think the phone is a good point, because now with mobile cell phones, you basically have a computer in your pocket, right?
Exactly.
So you can download the wallet, and boom, in no time you have crypto. Whether before you need a computer connecting to the internet, and the bank was tricky because people wouldn't give bank to certain individuals. So basically, I'm not surprised about this. It's really good.
Yeah, they're saying it's efficient copy trading and the rise of cryptos in Nigeria. The copy trading is, they're trying to advertise, obviously, the exchange here in this particular article. So, not bad. Solana attracts finance giants like Citibank and Franklin Templeton. Wow. What?
Yes. I mean, do you think there's going to be a Solana ETF?
Maybe. Maybe. There's a good chance of that, right? Right, because the world of traditional finance has never been so close to blockchain ecosystem. While the boundaries between the two realms seemed rigid a few years ago, major institutional players are now decisively crossing the line. In 2024, Solana, one of the leading blockchain networks, is emerging as a new darling of global finance. Yes, I mean, people are talking about the ETF, so there it is, right?
Yep.
Attracting attention from giants from Citibank and Franklin Templeton. These actors who were once cautious about the crypto universe no longer hide their interests in the opportunities afforded by Solana. Well, I mean, did they hide it before? I guess they did, but they were buying in the background. I find it interesting, right, that the company is preparing to launch a series of mutual funds on sometimes online blockchain. Yes, they don't mind if it goes down because the bank goes down often.
It's gonna crack me all the time. Sometimes online. It's like it gets old. It never gets old, honestly, man. They are launching Fire Dancer, right?
Yes.
So, which we were reading earlier about.
Hopefully the Fire Dancer doesn't. They were like, we can't put a client on the mainnet because it could break it. I'm like, how could you how does a client, when you see your transactions and transact, break the network? I'm a little confused by that, but whatever, right? They're looking for efficiency, transparency, scalable infrastructure, and somewhat not so much reliability.
Hey, when it works, it's very efficient. I mean, they didn't have many more outages, right? So, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but
yeah, well, if they, I would say they'd be more, resilient if they can just, go past a year of not going down. Yeah. Just a year. Right?
It's funny that the founder said that when they launch Fire Dancer, they can take away the beta from the chain, which has been a few years, so.
Yeah, it'd be really bad if you go down when you're not in beta, right? But whatever, okay. Anyways,
Indeed.
Crypto millionaire loses 43 million in ETH Bitcoin trade bet. Ooh, my God. Yeah, this guy, this crypto millionaire, he actually bet that Ethereum was going to outpace Bitcoin. And you know what? Honestly, I saw the same thing. I thought that was going to happen myself. I just didn't. The only bet that I did have on that is that I was heavily weighted in Ethereum. That didn't turn out to be the smartest idea now, did it? And this guy went into debt heavily on this bet since January 10th. And his debt on a decentralized lending platform, Aave, surged to 132 million. Imagine. How do you sleep at night when you are that much in the hole?
Yeah, not much sleeping there.
Jesus.
32 million.
He better be a billionaire. Because, I can handle that if I had, 2 or 3 billion.
A lot of money, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a small amount.
It's whatever. You're right? But, if he has 200 million, right?
Is it 25%? No, 25% will be 100.
It's it's 50%.
Yeah.
More than 50%. And I mean, it's not like you're going to be broke, right? If you got a $250 million net worth.
And 43 are in the tank.
That's a lot to lose your shirt on, right?
Yeah. Do you think it's I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, but I don't think Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin yet. It might be a moment, but I think Bitcoin is a run to do. And of course, ETH is going to follow. But
this chart, I mean, I've been looking at this chart forever. And I've been telling you guys since way down here, the target's up here. Since 2022, I've been saying that, if this thing W's and booms, then we're screwed. And then we're back up here in 2023. It's like, oh no, and that's it. Look at this. We're gonna hit the 61.8. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So this guy's got some more major pain coming. Major. Because these small moves, right? Even though it's at maybe a percentage, like let's just say this is 40, we're at 58, and we go to 60, like 60, right? Or that's it, just 60%. That's 2%. You're thinking that's nothing. No. That's a lot in the difference between everything else and Bitcoin.
Yep.
Right?
Someone in the comments said, I sold all my Ethereum for Solana. Laurel, I've seen a lot of people lately saying that. I wouldn't do that, but
I mean, it's a higher risk, right?
Much higher, yeah.
But high risk, high reward. So
yeah, fair enough.
You have to set this is what this guy did, right? This was a high risk bet, and man, he must have been like sweating, because this is now after Ethereum surged back to 2,500. So can you imagine when it was like 2,000? What he was feeling?
Damn. Yeah.
How much negative he was? Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, maybe because I'm more of a conservative person, but I mean, I would say Bitcoin only. If you have to choose something else, I will definitely pick Ethereum to begin with. And maybe then, if I have more money to invest, I'll pick a crazy low. But selling Ethereum for Solana, wow. A lot of people are doing it, by the way. So best of luck, guys. I mean, maybe it is a good move, I guess. We'll see in retrospective. I think Ethereum is going to surprise everyone. For sure. I mean, remember 6 months ago, in one day, market cap of Ethereum did the entire market cap of Solana in one day.
There you go.
But hey, there's a lot of good projects, and if it works, I'm really happy for you guys. So
yeah, exactly. He bought 172 million worth of wrapped Bitcoin, probably to buy Ethereum. Now that's underwater heavy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. I'm not a risk taker. Yeah, I'm too old for risks, I like Bitcoin to begin with.
Well, we'll see how this plays out in the next coming months. He better hope that Ethereum at least stays with Bitcoin a little bit behind it. Man, doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Why is adoption still not driving up the price of XRP? Because it's a scam coin, and some people are figuring that out.
And we're gonna have a debate, right? So we're going to record a debate with Da Vinci in early October. So if you want to know why Da Vinci is not feeling XRP 100%, make sure to stay tuned. We're gonna share the video probably mid-October.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few reasons why. One is it's a federated system, meaning that it's completely centralized and not completely, of course, but still good enough for me, because everybody has to follow what the federated head says, and he just spreads out. The head says everything, and everybody else just obeys, and that's it. So and then it's decentralized in the sense that you can use any of the nodes shared out, and you know that they're going to work. And and if one goes down, you can use another one. So that's how they're doing it in the federated manner. But it's the decisions are made by the head of the federation. Okay?
Yeah. I like this comment from Vitalik has a new girlfriend. Ethereum is over. That's funny. Yeah, he was singing, by the way. I don't know if you've seen the video. He was singing in Singapore on stage. So yeah, I didn't feel that much.
Really, you heard it?
Well, yeah, he was singing on stage, talking about whatever he's building. I don't know, it was a bit cringe.
Wow.
But I remember talking to CryptoKid and say, "Shall we sell now? Is it time to sell?"
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's
damn! Don't scare me like that,
it's
man.
been interesting. Yeah.
Okay, Trump embraces crypto aligns with sector's right-wing philosophies. And I clicked on this and I noticed something. That's not the title anymore.
That's interesting because
But
that's a very different title, by the
Yes.
way.
Yes, Trump family is betting big on crypto, and it's not difficult to see why. But you could see in the URL, that's what it was before. You see that URL?
Yeah. Isn't that the title?
Mhm.
So they couldn't change the SEO.
They changed, yeah, exactly. And but the text still is saying the same thing. Right wing crypto is right wing political thought. So if you are voting Democrat and you go into crypto, you are now thinking like a right winger.
Damn. Isn't it interesting? There are some pro Bitcoiner, they are supporting Kamala. So maybe the election, I mean, it's going to impact, I guess, short term, but maybe actually it doesn't matter, you know? Either way, Trump, Kamala, Bitcoin is going to do Bitcoin, right?
Exactly. And, you know, they'll put it in their blocks. They'll do whatever they have to, no matter who's in power. And you know what? Maybe Trump will not do it covertly, right? With behind the scenes, not him himself, but you know the people in the government, whilst he's in power. But they'll still do it. And then if Kamala wins, they'll just do it overtly, meaning that who cares about you? You guys can read between the lines. We're stopping Bitcoin, or trying to stop it at least. You know, they can't really stop it, right?
Nothing stopped this train. Right?
Exactly. All right, so let's get some questions answered right now.
Nice, let me go on face mode. Guys, if you want to ask any questions, I've not seen many in the chat. Let me go and rescan it.
Really?
Feel free to see Da Vinci if you can find some as well. Going back to the
let me
beginning.
let me just bring up the video.
Usually I start them, but not much coming through. A lot of good comments though. Thank you guys. As always, a lot of good location.
Mr. M, you met Elliot Trades in Singapore. Are you bullish on his project Superverse?
Are they going to put this one up? Yes, we had dinner together. Really cool guy. And we were watching Eric Crown snatching the belt and winning. He's a really super cool guy. I think he's advocating a lot for gaming. I think crypto gaming is going to become a thing. It's just early. So I don't know exactly. I know he has a thing called Imposters, which is like a game. But I'm not sure about... I'm sure he has a lot of things going on. But I like what he's doing. Yeah, he's building a lot in the game space. So, and he's been around for a while, right? So
Yes, exactly.
he sees the crypto gaming coming in strong as a narrative, which I completely agree. And when traditional gamers are saying they don't need NFT, they don't need Web3s because they don't understand. I think because it's impossible to say that you don't want it if you truly understand what Web3 is going to do, right? For gaming. So yeah, definitely a good one.
Okay, there's one guy saying, I have 8K in the bank. What do I put it in? Well, I mean, it's up to you, right? I don't think, it depends on, of course,
Okay, I found it. Yeah.
what you're doing with that money, right? If you have 8K in the bank because you're planning to buy a car, right, in 6 months, then you don't put it in crypto, right? If you're planning to, pay for tuition for something, then you don't put it in crypto. If you don't, if you're not planning to spend that money, you're planning to save that money, right? And you're looking for long-term savings, right? Then Bitcoin. If you're looking for short-term wins, right? Then maybe Solana, right? With a little bit of risk, mid-term risk, with a little bit of risk, because I think it's a safe, mitigated risk. And then, right, meme coins should be only like 1 to 5% maximum of that 8K. If you want to just throw some, like $100, $200 on a meme coin, go right ahead, but don't bet the farm. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say also it depends on how much do you want to be involved with the investment, right? So if you, let's say you have $8,000 and you can wait a couple of cycles, aka 8 years, and you want to do absolutely nothing, I would say buy Bitcoin, because you don't have to do anything. Whether if you want to stay involved and if you want to have a bit of a more risk, for example, then I would split still 50% Bitcoin, 50% something else. We talk about with Da Vinci a lot that I think 50% on Bitcoin should be a must. And if you have 8,000, 4,000 is not bad, right? In 10 years, it's going to give you, I think, an interesting return. And then with another portion of that 8K, maybe 3,000, maybe 4,000, you break it down into small market cap projects like some Solana, some Ethereum, but not too thin. Otherwise, when they double or triple, you won't have enough gains, right? So it all depends on how long do you have until you can touch the investment and how much do you want to be involved with crypto. So I would say if you don't want to think about anything, I'll do full Bitcoin. I'll forget about it for 10 years. And I think if you can do this, you'll be very happy you've done it. Whether if you want to be more involved, you can then, like Da Vinci is saying, make sure you don't degen all of it, because it's super easy to say, oh, maybe I'll buy this meme coin, that meme, and then little you know, and the 8K is gone into random meme coins, right?
I know exactly, I know.
So make sure you have a plan and stick to it.
I like this question. Da Vinci, PEIPEI is going down. Should I sell it?
Yeah, I have
okay.
it.
You know, Bitcoin is going down. You should sell it. Right? I mean...
No. You don't sell when it goes down. You buy when it goes down, and you sell when it goes up, right? So no, don't. I mean, don't. I'm not selling anything.
Do you expect green cat? Like, I have another question for you. What's this guy's name? Anak? Like, do you expect green candles all the way up, just like no other candle possible can be visible except green candles? I'm just wondering, does he expect that?
No, it's not possible. I mean, I've never seen it, right? So, I've never seen it before.
Yes, the market fluctuates, but overall, we're going to see a bullish sentiment. You just have to hold on. And that's the problem with most people. They just don't know how to hold on to an asset until it's time to sell. And it's, it's simple, right? So when do you think he should sell half of his PEIPEI so that he doesn't...
When it doubles,
cry?
When your investment doubled, sell half, right?
Thank you.
And like Da Vinci says all the time, if you are worried about when something drops, there are a couple of reasons why. One, you are overexposed, which means you bought too much. Two, you don't have conviction into the asset. Because if you do believe that what you're investing is good, well then you should buy, not sell, right? So make sure that you buy things you understand, make sure you study before you buy, and make sure you don't overexpose yourself, because if you buy with everything you've got and you have to pay rent in 3 weeks, that's not a smart move, right? You want to make sure you have money to sustain your lifestyle, and then take a portion you can afford to lose and invest it. And then when you invest it, you should understand where your investment is going into. Just if you only buy something because your friend told you you're going to become a millionaire, you're going to get hurt. And I know that because I've been there multiple times. So you have to have a plan, a strategy, right? And make sure you don't panic into anything. Either way, panic selling and or also panic buying, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't panic buy when things are pumping, right? That's the worst thing to do. I know. I've done that so many times and gotten burned. So
Same. Yeah, same.
yeah. So this lucky guy is saying BTC equals beta test coin. Okay, you can make jokes all you want about Bitcoin, but at the end of the day, right? Bitcoin will be the last one to laugh at you. Reality will hit you really hard when Bitcoin is the money and everybody's laughing at you because you thought it was beta coin.
Yeah.
All right. When Lambo? Jesus. Don't get that question very often, do you?
No. Well, Lambo. Yeah, that would be nice to have a Lamborghini.
Okay.
Sarah says, hodl, hodl, hodl. Yes, yes, yes. Indeed.
When to sell when a coin is pumping? When to sell? When they sell, you should be selling when they're yelling and buying when they're crying. Simple.
Yeah.
Right? What everybody is crazy about PEIPEI. Everyone and their mother. Like, did you hear about PEIPEI? Did you see what PEIPEI did? Oh my God, PEIPEI. Then you might want to take some money off the table.
Yeah, that's a good signal. Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying. I remember the days when literally everybody was talking about Bitcoin, right? And this was quite a while back, and I was so excited and I was so into it that I have not seen the signs. I should have sold a portion, right? But I was genuinely thinking we were going to $1 million. This was like a while back, because I had I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing shows, I wasn't into the news, I didn't have people like Da Vinci in my network, so I was just like YOLOing into it and thinking, oh, this thing is gonna $1 million in 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And boy, I got hurt. Yes, big time. So yeah, always be careful, guys. Invest money you can't afford to lose. Give yourself some time frame. Nothing happens quick, really. Besides a couple of people, they won the lottery, and by the way, statistically speaking, is it 70% of the people lose the money in 12 months or something like this? Like, if you're someone who's never had money and you win the lottery, you're gonna be broke in a year.
Exactly.
Because you're going to buy liability instead of assets. So you want to make sure that you do all we have to do to save, because make money is technically not difficult, but saving money is hard, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. It seems like it's the most easiest thing to do. You just don't spend, but it's also the difficult thing to do. Because a lot of people, when they see an emergency, they think, okay, well, I'll just use this savings. And sometimes you have to say, no, I can't touch my savings, right? You have to go, let me find another way. Let me go work at McDonald's. Let me do whatever I got to do. Right, that savings just doesn't exist. I'm gonna like, do what I gotta do in order to come up with the money some other way, or not use that, not pay for it, right? And that's it. That's all there is to it.
Exactly. And if I'm not mistaken, I think on average Bitcoin goes up 50% a year, something like this. Besides when we are in a bull market, which is probably higher, but that's why there is an average. So how can not be that enough? Like, if you keep stacking sats over and over and over and over, and you have to do, by the way, absolutely nothing, no trading, nothing. When you go into some maybe low cap coins or some other altcoins, there are news to follow, things, events. With Bitcoin, you have to do nothing. Just stack sats.
Exactly.
And every 10 years, you stop and you count. And you buy yourself a present or something. Because in 10 years, I think you can truly change your life if you do it properly, though, right? Whether if greed kicks in and you want to have like 1,000x in 3 days, this is where most people lose the money, I think.
Exactly. What date when will the bull run start? It's already started, man. It started.
Yeah, so it's 47% a year. Okay, perfect. Yeah, did I say 50? Okay, well, close enough.
Yeah, 50% a year. Yeah.
So that's not bad at all.
Andrew P is saying, with BlackRock buying, do you think the next year there could be a chance that the price stabilizes and we never go underneath 100K again? I mean, it's all possible. What do you think?
So let me find what's the name again?
Andrew P.
Andrew. There you go. Found it.
Yeah.
Put it on screen. There you go. Thank you, Andrew. BlackRock buying. Do you think next year there could be a chance for the price? I don't know, man. This is what we were saying earlier. Super cycle, maybe. But I also think institutions are going to play tricks, maybe to a degree. So I don't know. It's difficult to say now. I think we will go if the cycle repeats. So let's say whatever happens in the past happens again this cycle, then we're going to drop more or less where we are now. I think about 50s, 60s. That would be the new bottom. Whether if you go into a super cycle, which is what you're probably hinting there because of the ETF and BlackRock, well then we're gonna change the course of Bitcoin forever. But it's early to say because we have to go through a bull market first, which we have not finished. I think we'll finish next year in October. So more or less 12 months from now, maybe even a little bit earlier, because after all we did the all-time high prior to the halving.
Exactly.
So we might
might
have
a little bit less.
Exactly. So I would say stack sats. What I'm doing, I'm buying. I actually bought. I have a monthly buy, regardless of the price. I bought at 70K. I bought at 60, whatever, 8 every 30 days. I buy, and sometimes when we have a deep or something, I just go in more aggressively. But I don't have much powder left, to be honest. So it's possible if the ETF kicks in and they will accumulate. I mean, I don't know if now you've seen, but BlackRock has almost 2% of the oil supply. Some numbers like this.
I'm not surprised. I mean, they want their Bitcoin, and they really thank everybody for giving you, for buying it for them, because they know that they don't have to give them the Bitcoins, they have to give them cash, right?
Yep.
And they have the Bitcoins. In fact, you know what? I was insistent that they didn't have the Bitcoins, and I found a website that actually tracks their wallets. And it's pretty accurate, and they're doing it properly too. That's another amazing thing, which I was a little concerned about. I want to show you something.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll share it.
I'm gonna bring it up in a second here.
Yeah.
This right here. I was like, when I saw this is one of the wallets I found.
Let me know when you are good
Ready?
to go. I'll share it. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
And one of the cool things that what they've done, right, is that. They've made sure that the wallet, this is very important, make sure your wallet always is like, there's no spending on that wallet. So for example, this wallet should have no outs. Let's see, do they have any outs on this thing? They don't have ins? Okay, so they did not. Okay, I thought they were a little bit smarter than that, but yeah, they did take some money out. So this is another thing that I think most institutions need to learn how to do. They should never use a wallet the same time, use it over and over again to store the Bitcoins. Do you know why? Because although it's not likely in our lifetime that somebody takes your public key and converts it to a private key, that is going to be a future possibility, right? That's what Satoshi understands, and any cryptographer will tell you that, right? And it was worth their salt. So by using the one address once and not using it again, that is the most secure way to use Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin, when he wrote it that way, when you were using it, that's exactly how it worked. When you spent all your coins, you spent it from all the wallets, right? And then it sent the amount that you want, and then the change went to a new wallet address. So that in that new wallet address, even if somebody were to break the encryption code, it'd be safe.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one of the things I thought they would have done. It looked like they were doing it, but then on further inspection, that was not the case.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing they're missing in their analysis. Now, is it big? Is it like a world ender problem? No, because I believe Ethereum provides the actual public key and the address, not a hash, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that.
Mm.
So and we always reuse our Ethereum key, right, over and over again, right? Ethereum address, sorry.
Yeah.
Over and over again, right? And so that creates the same problem for Ethereum, of course, right? And so, and it's not that big of a deal, only because the probability of it being broken in our lifetime is next to zero.
Yeah, maybe later on in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Indeed. I have two more. So, Gazana says, let me go back to the face mode. How many zeros do you think PEIPEI could cut? Well, I would look at the market cap, right? Because if you look at the market cap of the coin, you can easily understand how much space it has to grow into. Mm-hmm. And I think Da Vinci is sharing the screen, so when it's ready, I'll put it on. And there you go. So you can see here.
Yeah, it's got 5 zeros, right?
Yeah,
that's what it's saying.
PEIPEI, sorry, no PEIPEI.
Oops, sorry.
Well, we can do them both, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will look at the market cap because PEIPEI has a lot to go into. I think it's early days, right?
Yeah. So it's the same thing, 420 trillion,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so this is 6 zeros. So I think you can cut all 6 zeros and go to $1.
That'd be sweet.
And then there'd be 400 trillion $1 trillion net, what's it called, market cap.
Wow.
Which is basically the market cap of everything
we have on the planet.
Exactly.
Just as a comparison, sorry, oh my god, I'm so tired. Gold, 17 trillion. Okay, so this would mean 400. So yeah, it's
probably not.
Probably not gonna happen. Probably ain't gonna happen. But there's definitely space for one or two.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
definitely.
right there. I have one beautiful from, let me see. Kai is saying, how do you protect your keys while you travel? That's a good one. Let me go and find it.
Yeah,
how do you protect your keys while traveling?
Okay.
Good one.
Well, you can use this. Crypto steel, yes. You can use these things, right? This is a good one I like, right? So what you can do is you can put a padlock on this, or and right, what you do, you can put a padlock on it, or you can put a what's it called, a silicone tape around it. Another thing to do, right, is to actually use, instead of using your the default, right, the seed phrase. So for example, once you put in the seed, you can just not put in a passphrase, and then use it right away. If you put on a passphrase, right, if somebody grabs your hardware wallet, seed phrase,
You can get all your crypto.
they won't get a hold of your crypto because they need the passphrase.
No, without the passphrase.
Yeah.
But if you put a passphrase, they need to know the passphrase.
Exactly. And so that would be an extra layer of support. So what you can do is you can put a padlock on here and keep the key, or put buy a tamper-proof bags, right? You can find them here, tamper-proof bags. And you use that, right? You fold it in there, you tighten, you close it off, right? And the tamper-proof bag will ensure that no one has touched it. So because you can go back and see that the bag's not broken, right? That's another way to secure it. And if the bag's broken, especially if you have the what's it called, passphrase, you're okay, because they can't get to it. So what you can do is then, I got time to get a new seed phrase, replace it, and move all the money to the new seed phrase without any stress because they don't have your passphrase. There you go.
Exactly.
Bonus.
I'm personally a massive fan of a multi-sig because what happens is if you store everything you have into a 12 words, they can be in the safe or in your mind. Anyone can come with a hammer and say, if you don't give me your passphrase, I'll smash your brain out. But if you have a multi-sig, even if you give them the phrase, they have to find out who has the other 3 or 5, right? It doesn't have to be 2, because if one of you, something happened to one of you, then your coins are lost forever. But if you have a multi-sig, 3 people, you can say 2 out of 3 have to sign to open the wallet. That's what I like to think. And you can be, like Da Vinci says all the time, be creative, right? And make sure that you have a plan and you follow the plan. Because if you keep custody of your crypto, specifically Bitcoin, you want to have a plan. Otherwise, what happens if something happens to you and your wife and your son or daughter? You know, there has to be a plan. But then you can't go to the bank and give the keys to an employee or put them into a safe box, because what happens if someone goes into the safe box, breaks it?
Exactly.
So you have to think about this quite a bit, I would say, because it's a bit of a problem, to be honest, and that's why I think it's early. Some people choose the ETF exactly for this reason, because they don't want to have the responsibility.
Exactly.
Right?
Most people are just not responsible for their own money. They just can't do it.
Yep.
And that's okay, because you know what? I understand that concept, because when you think about a wealthy person, do you think Bill Gates is in control, direct control of his stocks? No.
No. Yeah. Exactly.
He's not.
And then if you think about it down to a degree, I mean, besides Bitcoin, you don't actually own anything. So who cares, you know, whatever it is, if you buy something which is not in your hands, someone else has it. So
anyways, I would like to end this show. Really appreciate all your questions. Thank you guys for watching. It was a great show, and I appreciate you guys all tuning in.
Yep.
How many people tuned in, actually?
A lot, about 5,000 overall.
Nice.
About 500
Beautiful.
on YouTube and
Beautiful.
4 or 5K on Twitter alone. Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you, Twitter people, and see
Thank
you
you.
guys
Thank you for
next
having me.
week. All right, cheers.
See you on the next one. Cheers.